I run a six-figure Lego reselling and investing business, so I do think I know a thing about Lego investing and reselling. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I had to start again on my Lego investing journey. So if you're at all interested in Lego investing, you've probably seen all of the articles out there about how Lego is so much a better investment than gold or crypto or anything else out there. And whilst there really are some sets that probably do fit that description, it's not like that in the real world nowadays. Not everything does provide these incredible returns that these articles make out. So I'm sure you're sat here thinking, how much money can I make from Lego investing? And to be honest, the biggest factor in answering this question actually just depends on how much money you have to start with. Obviously, the more money you have, the more you can make. So you want to get into Lego investing so you have more money to build your Lego collection, or you might just want some more money to get a haircut for your cat. Then the first thing you need to understand is that a Lego investing business is closer to a reselling business than a traditional investing business. This is super important because you can't just take money out by creating a quick sell trade to get all of your money back. You actually have to physically sell the items on platforms such as eBay. So you actually have to put the work in to get your money out, unlike with a lot of other investments. With this said, the best way to actually start Lego investing is to start Lego reselling. Now, what's the difference? Lego investing means you buy sets, you wait for them to retire, and you sell them at a later date for an inflated price. But with Lego reselling, you're more looking to buy sets and then sell them instantly. And the reason why I think this is super important to first start reselling Lego rather than investing in Lego is because it will give you a really good understanding of A, how the market works, but also how the platforms work that you're going to sell your products on, such as eBay, Amazon and Bricklink. So these are the three main marketplaces that you will be selling your Lego on, but you need to make sure that you fully understand them before you start selling. This is super important because the fees that some of these marketplaces charge you could turn a great profit and return on investment into a poor investment and potentially even a loss. So some of these marketplaces are better than the others for certain ways of reselling. So I'll really quickly just break down the pros and cons of each one so you know which one may suit you best. Okay, so we'll start off with eBay. So the pros of eBay is the high traffic on there, you can manage your own listings, and sometimes you get promotions to get lower fees. And the cons of eBay is that you have to post your order manually, you have to learn how to create listings, and you also potentially have to pay for advertising. Moving on to Amazon, so the pros of Amazon is that there's very high traffic, much higher than eBay. Prices usually go higher faster on Amazon due to the increased traffic, and Amazon can even pick, pack and ship your items for you. And moving on to Bricklink, so the pros of Bricklink are lower fees generally, you can create your own storefront, and it is a marketplace specifically for Lego fans. And the cons of Bricklink is that it's got to have the lowest traffic rate, you also have to deal with worldwide competition, and again you have to manually fulfill your orders. So if you haven't guessed already, the first thing I would be doing is signing up to all of these marketplaces, opening an account so I'm ready to sell. Once you have your account and you're ready to sell on these marketplaces, you need to learn how to sell, most importantly on Amazon because it is slightly different than the others, especially if you do fulfilled by Amazon. So the next thing to do is once you've signed up to all these marketplaces and you're ready to start Lego reselling, you actually need to find what to resell. So how do you do that? So the best way to do this is to find some ways of finding deals. So there's apps such as Hot Deals UK, or there's various pages on social media on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere else that tells you about any great deals on Lego set. Now there's one other way that I would personally start with if I start all over again, and that is simply by looking at the latest minifigure series, finding out which minifigures out of that series are the most valuable, going to a local store and feeling out the minifigures, picking all of the high value ones and reselling those for a profit. And the reason why I think this is very good is because the buy-in price of minifigures is so low, you can generally get really high ROIs. Now of course this won't make you millions, so you want to move on to sets eventually so you can start making the big money. Now the great thing with Lego is that usually there's always some kind of sale on. Now they won't all be good enough to make money on, but a lot of the time there are some good ones. So for example right now in Tesco's I can go and buy the Boba Fett Starship for £27 and I can resell this on Amazon to £45 to £50. Now if I'd done this I'd make anywhere from £5.70 to £9.79 in profit after all fees and shipping. Now of course you won't always be able to find great deals like this, but when they do pop up you just need to take advantage, and sometimes even with some of these deals you may have to hold for a short period of time such as a month or so that the people who got in early and continue continue to drop the price, get out so then you can then go back in and sell at a higher price. So once I got into this, I'd be making sure I'm doing this for at least 6 months so I have a good understanding of both the Lego marketplace and also the marketplaces that I'm selling on. Okay, so if you do this for 6 months, then what do you do? So now let's get into the good stuff. Let's actually start with the Lego investing specifically. So to put it simply, I would not start right now in Lego investing. And the reason why I say this is because for me at least, it's not Lego investing season. It's early in the year and there aren't many sets going to be retiring yet. Some may retire in the summer, but the bulk of sets usually retire at the end of the year. So the only real way I'd start investing now is if some seriously good deals on sets that are meant to be retiring this year come up. But usually any deals that come up this time of year, you can always then get around the summertime and again in Q4 where shops do big discounts just before Christmas, such as Black Friday or December sales. Now the big reason why I say this isn't Lego investing season is because we don't actually know for sure what sets are retiring yet, and most of the retiring lists are speculation. And of course they're going to be mostly correct because they usually are year after year, and I would trust them personally, but it's not always 100%, and you don't want to get caught out by holding onto a set for a year longer than you might have to, especially if you don't have really high capital to start with. So if you've watched my last video, you'll know that I don't invest in Lego sets like I just mentioned until slightly later on in the year. And of course in that video I did tell you what sets I will be buying this year, and those are on my list, but I haven't really started buying many of them yet, because if nothing else they just take up space. So my strategy of investing is to just hold sets for as short a time as possible, because I'm very much interested in making good ROIs quickly rather than great ROIs over a number of years. And the main reason why I think this is a better strategy is simply because of compound interest. Now if you don't understand compound interest, then go and figure that out before you even think about doing investing of any sort. So now let me give you a great example of why I do not hold sets long term. So last summer I purchased the Boba Fett helmet set for £50 each, and I sold them starting at the end of January for £99. And with each sale I made about £25 of profit, still a really great profit to make for about a 6-month hold. So in total I bought 5 of these sets, but for simple maths sake, let's say I just bought 2. So I bought 2 sets and I spent £100. And I made £50 in profit. So now that I've sold them and I've got the money back, I now have £150 in my bank. So let's say next year I pick the same sort of set with the same result, then that means this time next year, going off the same results, I would be at £225. Now for me to fetch the same price with the Boba Fett helmet, these would have to be selling for nearly £150 a piece for me to make that same kind of investment, and I would have had to sit on them for nearly 2 years. And I don't think that this is unachievable for the Boba Fett helmet, but it has only gone up to £100, which is only 5 pence higher than what I sold it for 2 months ago. So it's hard to say whether it will actually go up to that sort of price or not. But the best thing about my strategy is that I now have liquid cash that I can actually do more with and create more money with. So not only can I get more sets probably in the summer or going in later into the year to resell at the start of next year, I can also do some instant reselling like I mentioned with the current Boba Fett Starship. I could go and spend the £150 I've got now on that and make even further returns, and just continually to compound my money faster than just waiting for one set to go up in value. Now with the current state of the economy, I think this is a really good strategy as well, just to get in and get out once you're really happy with the profit you're making like I was. And if you know anything about the economy, you know there's potential for a recession right now, so always make sure you do your so make sure you always double check your investments and invest wisely and carefully in this turbulent time.